What do you do when you have zero idea of what to post about? Now, there are many reasons as to why you might feel creatively stuck or the creative flow, it just isn't happening, it's just not coming to life. There's so many reasons behind that, and it could be a mindset thing, it could be that you're not in the right niche. Things like this, and this is something that we dive deep into in my one-on-one coaching. To kind of get to that soul level of what's actually holding you back. Why do you feel like you're creatively stuck? Why aren't the ideas coming like they used to? Or if you've never started your business or you're just starting your business, sometimes it can be really nerve-wracking trying to think of ideas and content posts. A lot of times people want to be careful what they say, or they're afraid to show up with their beliefs and their values and things like that because of fear of judgment. There's so many different reasons as to why we are creatively stuck. But another common thing that I get a lot of is people are restricting themselves too much in their niche. They're thinking, oh, well, I'm a business coach, so I only need to talk about business. But there are many different aspects of business that you can touch on and that you can branch out into. And so a lot of people think that they have to talk about only these specific things, but here's the thing, we aren't textbooks. We don't want to become a textbook. We don't want to just be information. We want to humanize our brand. And so that is why I don't call it a niche, I call it a theme, because you can branch out into so many different areas of your specific topic, right? So for example, if you are a coach for mothers, you could coach mothers on mindset. You could coach mothers on spirituality. You could coach mothers in fitness. You could coach mothers, first-time mothers, and things like that. So there are so many different things and programs that you can create and branch out to that are related to mothers. And you are a mother yourself, I'm assuming. So maybe you want to share the behind the scenes of how you work as a mom, or experiences being a mom, or your behind the scenes lifestyle and things like that, and share your passions and the things that you like to do outside of your business. So you don't want to restrict yourself, and I think people hold back and can't come up with ideas because they think they have to speak on something super specific, and then they start to again restrict themselves, and we do not want to come from a place of restriction, right? And another thing that I see a lot of is that people aren't in the right niche. A lot of people want to start a business on coaching, social media, and it's not something they're generally passionate about. They like it, but it's not something they're passionate about. So what are you really, really passionate about that you could talk about forever? Or maybe you do want to coach social media, but we can kind of tweak it in a way where we can add something that you're passionate about into your branding and into your messaging that'll make you feel so much more empowered and passionate to show up online and speak about. So there are so many different ways that we can come together and kind of dig deep in your soul, pull it out, lay it out in front of ourselves, and look at the big picture so that we can start crafting our brand and our messaging and our mission in a way that lights us up, that makes us feel good, right? And a bonus thing that some people also feel restricted with when it comes to starting a business and talking about something that they're passionate about, sometimes they feel creatively stuck because it's something that's completely new to them and they just need a little bit of a mindset shift and some confidence building in order to show up online and things like that. But remember that a lot of the times you're scared because it's something new. It's not something that's difficult, it's just something that's new to you. And that's a muscle that we need to build together. Another major reason, I know there's so many reasons, and I could go on and on about the different types of reasons that relate to this, but a lot of people start to follow their feed too closely, their aesthetics of their feed, and they feel like, okay, well, I already posted a photo today, so tomorrow I'm gonna have to post a video, and then the next day I'm gonna post a static post, and the next day I'm gonna post a video, and then it's kind of like you have this sort of art to your feed. But I'm just gonna be straight up with you, the aesthetics of the feed does not actually matter. Yes, you want to make it look presentable and nice, but obsessing over that is not going to help you in the end, and it's just going to make you feel creatively stuck. We want to focus on the value and the impact that you're sharing with your potential clients and your customers. So we want to start focusing on the soul of our content and the passion that we have to share. If you were to show up on social media and talk about something without a script, what would that be? So we want to get clear on these things and start crafting a brand in a way that, again, lights us up. And that can take some time. You're not going to know all this in a session. You have to start implementing, to start taking action. And as you take the action, that's the remedy for really understanding who you are as a coach, your message and your mission. And that's why I always suggest working with me long term, because then we can start taking action, we can start implementing, we can start doing these things so that we can bring your vision and your purpose and your soul, your Ikigai, to life within your brand. We want to become somewhat of a storyteller. So how can we bring that out of ourselves when it comes to coming up with ideas? First of all, one thing that I don't want you to do is to feel like you need to restrict yourself, feeling like you need to be perfect. Ask yourself, what does my ideal client, what does my ideal customer or soulmate client want to hear from me? Because oftentimes the past version of ourselves is someone that we're looking to coach or someone that we're looking to serve in the end. So we want to seek inspiration, not motivation, when it comes to creating content and posting, right? So we want to get inspired, and we can be inspired from ourselves in general. And one of the things that I really suggest some of my clients to do is to sit with yourself, no distractions, turn off your computers, turn off all electronics, put your phone away in a drawer, because they say that psychologically, when you get rid of your phone, you're technically a percentage smarter. I don't know how true that is, but that is something that I heard, is you put your phone away and it's just, you can think a lot more clearly. You have this weight off your shoulder. And sometimes it's good to unplug for a couple days, because that's when I get the most inspiration. When I'm traveling, when I'm out shopping, doing these things that are just recharging me. And oftentimes that is an issue with some people, is they're going, and they're so burnt out and then they can't think of ideas anymore. So it's good to put those distractions away and sit with yourself. Don't be around friends, don't be around family. Sit with yourself, close your eyes, and ask yourself a question. When you ask yourself a question, like for example, what does my ideal audience member, client, customer, what do they want to hear from me? And when you ask yourself that question, your subconscious mind will start searching for ideas. So if you sit with yourself long enough, I guarantee that something will come up. And it could be a little awkward and uncomfortable at first, but I truly believe that when you have a conversation with yourself and when you start speaking to yourself and working with yourself and coexisting with yourself, ideas will start to pop up. And this is a very, passive technique. It's not something where you're like going on the computer, searching for ideas. And there are things that you can do to get some inspiration online or on websites. And I will mention those in just a minute, the more of the strategy side of things and searching for what questions people are asking and things like that. I'll get to that in just a minute. But if you really want to dig deep on soul level and get that inspiring, impactful post out of you, sit with yourself and ask yourself that question. What does my younger self want to hear? What is the past version of myself? What would I want to convey to that person? Because oftentimes we get into coaching or service providing because of the experiences that we had and our dreams and things like that. And that's not always the case, but if that's true, start asking yourself, what would I want my past self to know that could inspire so many other people? What does my soulmate client want to hear? And I guarantee ideas will start to pop up pretty effortlessly, especially if you have a connection with yourself and you learn to do that. This is a muscle that needs to be built, but it's a great tactic for reaching into your soul and coming out with these powerful, impactful posts that inevitably convert. Another thing, if you have a following, and I'm assuming that you do have a following, no matter how large it is, it doesn't need to be large, but actively ask your audience, what do you want to learn from me? What do you need to know? What are your struggles? You could put this in a poll, in Instagram stories, or you could actively ask people who have engaged with you in the past or have DM'd you before, hey, I'm creating this new program, or I'm creating my next post. What do you want to learn more about? What do you want me to speak about in the podcast? What are you struggling with? You have to be brave and actively ask your audience what they want to know. That's not selling anything. That's asking people, hey, what do you want to know in my free content? And when you ask people that, it shows that you care about their struggles and their worries. and really target the people that are engaging with your posts quite often, because those are the people that are continuously coming back to your page, liking all your posts, wanting to learn more from you. So ask those specific people, hey, what can I help you with? How can I serve you? Because we want to come from a place of service, right? Listening to your audience is 100% key to coming up with ideas for posts, because remember, nobody actually, and I'm going to be harsh with this, nobody actually cares about you specifically. People care about themselves and what they can get out of this. What is the transformation that can be made if they were to work with you, right? So we want to direct our posts and direct our content towards our audience and not for ourselves. Because if you're creating content specifically for yourself, then the message is going to be completely lost. Another thing that can really truly help with content creating and coming up with ideas is really getting clear on who you are as a coach, what your message is, what your mission is. And I talk about this a lot, and I kind of briefly touched on this in the beginning of this video, is getting clear on that is so important, and it unlocks so much knowledge within your soul, and it just lights up the online space. And so we really want to get clear on that side of who you are and what you're about and what you're known for and how you're unique. Because again, there are so many different business coaches and fitness coaches and health coaches and spiritual coaches out there, and even VAs and digital marketers or website services, so many different services out there. What makes you the go-to? What makes you stand out? And getting clear on that unlocks so many ideas. So getting to the more of the strategy side of things, you can also find some ideas on Pinterest. And the top posts on Pinterest, so if you type in spirituality, the top posts on Pinterest are going to show the trending topics. So what is going on? What are people asking most about? You can also find a lot of questions that people are asking on a website called Quora. You can also search on Google, what is the top posts or top blog posts that are being presented online? What are things that people are actually wanting to know about? And you can do your research with Google, with Quora, with Pinterest. There's also people in the comments of your expanders, the people that you look up to, and you can go into their feed and see what people are asking. In Facebook groups, people are asking questions. Maybe make a post about that, especially if you don't really have a following yet or you're just starting out in your business. And this is such a great thing when it comes to searching for content ideas. I hope this helped, and if I missed anything or forgot to speak on something, please ask the question below and I will get back to it as soon as I can, or DM me and we can have a chat about content ideas and creating. I love talking about it, so I'm more than welcome to guide you in the right direction. I do have a new program called the Soul Content Connection. This is all about content creation infused with the selling aspect, so you can make your content sell for you. You don't have to constantly show up and sell. The content is selling for you. It's also a great way to get new followers, brand awareness. We talk all about confidence and showing up as a leader in our content. So there's so much value in this course, and it's only $150 for this first round, and it's going to double after August 6th. So this is your chance to get on it. There is a payment plan. You also get an extra mini course that's all about video content and creation. So if you're interested in that, DM me or click the link in the description, and you can join 23 incredible souls that are already in the program, and we can get started on creating and selling and doing all the fun things. So I promise you'll get so much value out of it, and I'm super excited. You also get 50% off my other course, The Japanese Art of Abundance and Business, and that is all about building a business using Japanese mindset techniques and business strategies infused in one. It's an audio course, there's 10 lessons, and a meditation that you get within that course. Super unique, super exciting. It worked for me. It allowed me to hit my first 4 figures in business. So you can get that for half off if you join the Soul Content Creation Lab today. You also get awesome bonuses for this first round, which I'm not doing again. So if you're interested, please join today, and I can't wait to see you there.